Dear passengers, please fasten your seatbelts, direct your gaze to the screen before you, and open your hearts to the energy that surrounds you. Breathe in the glow. Breathe in the illumination from the radiant light of certainty, and listen to the sound of certainty. Did God command the compilation of what was revealed? Did he delegate this task to people or even to prophets? As stated in the words of the Most High, do not move your tongue with it to hasten it. Indeed, upon us is its collection and its recitation. So when we have recited it, follow its recitation. Then indeed, upon us is its clarification. This work is not presented as a call to convert or preach a new religion. We believe that there is only one true religion in the sight of God, and that he has sent noble messengers throughout history, carrying just and merciful messages that considered people's capacity for understanding and implementation. God revealed his books in the languages of the nations to whom they were sent. Unfortunately, we do not know much about these scriptures, except for a small portion preserved in the Torah and the Gospel. As for the Quran, it reached us in its original language, and by God's grace we have learned that language. That gave us the ability to read it, reflect on it, and ask, what is the truth that lies within it? We fully respect all religions, and we respect those who sincerely follow them. Our aim here is simply to share a light, a single God, a single truth, and a single path to certainty for those who are still searching. Did God command the compilation of what was revealed? Did he delegate this task to people or even to prophets? This is a foundational question that has rarely been raised with true seriousness, even though it completely reshapes how we view what we have come to call the Quran. The truth is startling, yet it is textual, not emotional. It is scriptural, not personal, not an opinion born of temperament, nor an interpretation forced upon the text. There is no explicit verse that commands the collection of the Quran after its revelation, nor its transcription into a single bound volume. On the contrary, the text itself points clearly in the opposite direction. As stated in the words of the Most High, do not move your tongue with it to hasten it. Indeed, upon us is its collection and its recitation. So when we have recited it, follow its recitation. Then indeed, upon us is its clarification. These are remarkable verses, clear and undeniable. They indicate that collection, recitation, and clarification belong entirely to God alone. They are not assigned to people, or even to prophets. So if collection is upon God, what then is the status of human compilation? And if clarification belongs to God alone, so what then is the legitimacy of human interpretations? And if recitation itself was conditional, did God recite it upon us, or did we recite it without permission? These are not questions of doubt, but rather to unveil the veils and deafness, and to request the help of living scholars, of course. For fear of asking does not protect religion, it only freezes it. Was the compilation of the Quran divinely ordained, or merely a pure human initiative? First of all, there is no verse that explicitly commands the compilation of the Quran into a single book, nor is there any text that delegates this task to anyone. In fact, quite the opposite. The clear text says, Inna alayna jam'ahu wa Qur'ana. Indeed, upon us is its compilation and its recitation. So compilation here is a divine responsibility that human hands must not compete with. And if no one was commanded to compile it, then who made the decision? History tells us that the compilation began after the Prophet's death, during the time of Abu Bakr, then Uthman. But was it ever described as revelation? Was it said that God commanded it? Did the Prophet endorse it or approve of it? No, we find nothing to indicate that, not in the Quran nor in the Hadith. What we find is merely a human effort, aimed at preserving the text from loss. The intentions may well have been noble, but intention is not the same as divine command. There is a vast difference between "we preserved what we love" and "we were commanded to preserve it." In conclusion, it cannot be definitively stated that the compilation of the Quran was divinely revealed, nor that it entered the realm of divine legislation. And if it was not revelation, should we sanctify it as if it were, or should we view it as a human effort, not a source? Does the verse, "This day I have perfected your religion," mean that the written Quran was completed? Many cite this verse as evidence of the Quran's perfection, but closer inspection reveals the opposite. The verse was revealed before the Prophet's death, and before the revelation had ended. So how should we understand this perfection? The wording says, "your religion." It does not say your Quran or your book. Religion is broader than the Mus'haf, and deeper than arrangement or compilation. Religion includes guidance, light, justice, the path, and purification, not merely a written text. So, the perfection of religion is a divine message, while the perfection of the Mus'haf is a human compilation. Should we then link this verse to the Quran's compilation? That link is a hazardous interpretation, a dangerous assumption, because this verse was revealed during the farewell pilgrimage, not as the final verse of the Quran. Then the simple yet profound question: did the compilation of the Quran truly perfect the religion, or did the compilation open the doors to disagreement? Accusations began to emerge among the companions about additions, omissions, and losses, even reaching the mothers of the believers. So did the compilation unite the Ummah, or was it the beginning of fragmentation and division? And is sacredness for what was revealed, or for what was compiled and written? Is the written Quran what issues the challenge, or is the challenge referring to something else? When we read the verses of challenge, we do not find the phrase, "this book." Instead we find his words, "Say, if mankind and jinn were to gather to produce the like of this Quran, they could not produce the like of it." So what is truly meant by this Quran? Is it the Mus'haf that we hold in our hands? Or is it something higher, nobler, and more distant? Take heed. The Quran sometimes calls itself the book, and at other times, the Quran. And in Surah Al-Baqarah we read, "That is the book in which there is no doubt." He did not say, "This is the book." The word that, dhalik, implies distance, referring to a hidden, preserved book, not one held in the hand. So do we sanctify what we possess, or do we seek what is with God? Are we reading the book, or merely its trace? Then the challenge is not for the written text, but for the Quran that was revealed, that God himself recited to whomever he willed. There is an essential difference between the revealed Quran, the divine complete book, and the written human compiled Quran. And if we confuse these, we end up sanctifying what was compiled and forgetting what was revealed. We assume that what we read is the very thing by which God challenged the worlds, but it may not be so. Reading in the Quran is not what many assume it to be. Many believe that the Quran was revealed so that we may read it whenever we wish, interpret it however we desire, and teach it to whomever we please. But the Quran's own text refutes all these assumptions. Reflect on Surah Al-Qiyamah. Do not move your tongue with it to hasten it. Indeed, upon us is its collection and its recitation. So when we have recited it, follow its recitation. Then indeed, upon us is its explanation. What an astonishing and precise sequence. 1. Its collection is God's responsibility, not ours. 2. We have recited it. God is the reciter. 3. So follow. You are a recipient, not an initiator. 4. Its explanations is also upon God, not upon us. So, what remains for us? Only one thing. So follow its recitation, meaning follow his reading, God's reading, not your own. So whoever reads to interpret, or recites without guidance, or teaches before God teaches him, has overstepped and contradicted the text. All interpretations are human efforts, not part of. Upon us is its explanation, nor are they divinely authorized. So then, do we read to be guided, or to impose our understanding upon it? Do we teach before it is even recited upon us? The Quran is light, not an ordinary book. It cannot be touched except in purity, and it cannot be understood except by permission. God forbade the acts of compilation, recitation, and explanation, because he reserved them for himself. In the 3 verses of Surah Al-Qiyamah, we see clear boundaries that must not be crossed. For whatever God attributed to himself, no one else has the right to claim. Upon us is its collection, not upon you. So follow its recitation, not recite it yourself. Upon us is its explanation, not interpret it. So how did people take on these tasks and make them an open inheritance for all? And how did the scholars accept this point, even building schools of interpretation and doctrines upon it? And the result? Hundreds of commentaries and books, thousands of disagreements and methodologies, and endless religious and legal conflicts. Is it not strange that the companions compiled the Quran, and they themselves differed about what was in it? Do the mother of believers, Aisha's objections, not cause us to pause? So when he said upon us, he was declaring that humans might add or omit, or reorder and displace. Thus God preserved these 3 matters to safeguard the light of the book. And from here wisdom begins. In submission, not in manipulation. In following, not in innovating. In humility, not in claim-making. So what remains for us? If we were not commanded to compile, nor permitted to recite, nor allowed to explain, then what is our role? The answer is clear in the text. So follow its recitation. Follow, do not compile. Follow, do not read. Follow, do not interpret. Follow his recitation, not your own. For the light of God is not seen with the eye, nor shaped by the tongue, but is followed by the heart. The companions exercised ijtihad, but were never commanded. The Ummah understood, but was never assigned. The scholars interpreted, but did not explain on God's behalf. So, is all of that in vain? No, but it is not his explanation. It stems from human effort, not from a divine commission. And the difference is immense between the light and those who merely describe the light. Whoever follows the light is illuminated, but whoever plunges into it without permission stumbles, slips, and fabricates. Between what was revealed and what was compiled and what we recite today, where do we stand? Perhaps the gravest danger we face is not ignorance of the Quran, but the confusion between its levels. What was revealed, a divine revelation beyond all doubt, preserved with God, not on paper nor in memorization. What was compiled, a human effort, well-intentioned but not infallible. What is recited, sounds and letters that do not signify guidance, unless God himself recites it upon you, not you reciting it to him. So whoever confuses these levels, sanctifies the paper and forgets the light, clings to the compilation and abandons the source, reads for himself but was never read upon. And from here begins the true need, not for another compilation, nor for a new interpretation, but for a moment of honest pause, to quietly ask ourselves, do we truly hold the Quran, or do we hold that which reminds us of it? Is this truly, that is the book wherein there is no doubt, or is it just its shadow, its trace, or a human longing to reach it? And from this discernment, a new methodology is born, a path that does not claim to possess the light, but humbles itself in seeking it, and trembles at its thresholds. O travelers to the realm of certainty, from here your blessed journey began, toward an eternal voyage, endless in its reach, for those who seek the truth, a truth that never ceases to renew, and to be renewed. Now after the train has reached its destination in peace. You stand at the harbor of the ship of certainty. Prepare to enter a passageway that leads you to a hall where before you will be displayed signs in several languages for communication in the world of certainty. But remember, certainty is not confined to language. It is understood and causes understanding. Without speech, it is light that enters the hearts, the minds, and the inner souls. Its radiance intensifies with every step you take toward it, and inside the hall, you will find books to assist you, to steady your steps and accelerate your path toward the light. Please come in. O travelers toward the light of certainty, this train will now return to where it came from, to carry other pilgrims from nations and tongues diverse. So do not forget us in your prayers, and do not deprive us of your messages, your comments, your experiences, for we may well learn from you. Ask us, reach out to us, participate in the videos, and in this channel, for that encourages us to expand. And by doing so, you will earn reward by God's permission and grace. In God's protection and under the light of certainty, we shall meet again. Peace and God's mercy be upon you.